I've been watching you, and I see something that breaks my heart. Every time I bless you, every time I open a door for you, every time I lift you higher, your first instinct is to apologize. You apologize to those who are still waiting. You apologize to those who cannot understand. You apologize to those who question why you were not them. But I need you to hear this clearly. Stop apologizing for what I gave you. I see you in those moments when good news arrives, and instead of celebrating, you immediately look around to see who might be hurt by your joy. I watch you receive opportunities and then spend more time explaining why you don't deserve them than you do preparing to excel in them. I observe you minimize your achievements because you're afraid others will think you're bragging. I witness you hide your progress because you don't want anyone to feel left behind. You have mastered the art of shrinking yourself to make others comfortable. You have perfected the skill of dimming your light so others don't feel overshadowed. You have become an expert at apologizing for the very things I intended to use as a demonstration of my goodness in your life. But this pattern has to stop, because it's not humility, it's dishonor, it's not kindness, it's rebellion against my will. Let me tell you what I see when you apologize for my blessings. I see a child rejecting a gift from their loving parent because other children might feel jealous. I see a student hiding their good grades because classmates might feel inadequate. I see a receiver grace acting ashamed of the very grace that transformed their life. And it grieves me deeply because it reveals that you trust people's opinions more than you trust my decisions. You are not blessed by accident. You are not favored by coincidence. You are not chosen randomly. Before you were even born, I had already planned the blessings that would come to you. Before you took your first breath, I had already ordained the doors that would open for you. Before you knew how to pray, I had already prepared the answers that would manifest in your life. Everything that has come into your life, every door that has opened, every opportunity that has appeared, every breakthrough that has manifested, it was all planned by me, ordained by me, released by me. And when you apologize for my blessings, you are essentially apologizing for my decisions. When you feel guilty about what I have given you, you are questioning my wisdom. When you hide what I have made visible, you are rejecting my will. You are telling me that you disagree with my choices, that you think I made a mistake, that you believe I should have given your blessings to someone else instead. But I want you to understand something that will revolutionize how you think about your blessings. I didn't bless you because you were the most deserving person I could find. I blessed you because my love for you compelled me to do so. I didn't choose you because you had no flaws. I chose you despite your flaws, because I saw the person you would become through my blessing. I didn't favor you because you earned it. I favored you because grace is unmerited, unearned, and undeserved by design. I know why you do it. I know the pressure you feel. I see how others look at you when your life begins to change. I hear the whispers, the questions, the subtle accusations. I watch as people who once celebrated you now scrutinize you. I observe as friends become suspicious, as family members grow distant, as colleagues begin to wonder if you deserve what you have received. And in response to their discomfort, you shrink. You apologize, you minimize, you hide. But let me explain something to you about the psychology of guilt that you may not understand. When you apologize for your blessings, you're not actually helping those who are struggling. You're not making them feel better by diminishing yourself. In fact, you're doing the opposite. You're teaching them that success should come with shame, that blessings should be accompanied by guilt, that elevation requires apology. Think about what you're modeling when you apologize for your progress. You're showing others that when good things happen, the appropriate response is embarrassment rather than gratitude. You're demonstrating that when God moves in your life, you should feel bad about it rather than blessed by it. You're teaching by example that favor is something to be ashamed of rather than stewarded with wisdom. Is this really the message you want to send? Is this a legacy you want to leave? Do you want people to learn from watching you that God's blessings should be received with apology rather than appreciation? Do you want to teach the next generation that when God elevates you, your first response should be to explain why He shouldn't have? The truth is, your guilt doesn't help anyone. Your apologies don't heal anyone's pain. Your shame doesn't speed up anyone else's breakthrough. In fact, your behavior might actually delay their progress because you're modeling the wrong response to divine blessing. Instead of showing them how to receive God's goodness with grateful stewardship, you're showing them how to receive it with guilt and apology. But I did not bless you so you could live in shame. I did not elevate you so you could walk in guilt. I did not give you gifts so you could apologize for receiving them. I blessed you because I chose you. I elevated you because I trusted you. I gave you gifts because I knew you would steward them well. And when you apologize for my choices, you dishonor the very process that brought you to where you are. There's another dimension to this that I want you to understand. When you constantly apologize for your blessings, you're actually making it about you rather than about me. You're centering the attention on your worthiness or unworthiness rather than on my goodness and sovereignty. You're turning the focus to whether you deserve what you have, instead of highlighting that I am a God who gives good gifts to those I love. True humility doesn't apologize for God's gifts. True humility acknowledges their source and commits to stewarding them well. False humility apologizes for receiving them and tries to convince everyone that they shouldn't have been given. True humility says, this came from God, and I'm grateful. False humility says, I don't know why this happened to me, and I'm sorry it did. Can you see the difference? One points to God's goodness, the other questions it. One honors the giver, the other doubts the gift. One builds faith in others, the other creates confusion about God's character. Listen carefully. Your blessings are not mistakes that need apologies. They are decisions that need to be stewarded. Your favor is not an accident that requires explanation. It is a responsibility that requires faithfulness. Your elevation is not a coincidence that demands justification. It is a calling that demands obedience. Let me paint you a picture of what stewardship looks like versus what apology looks like. When someone receives a promotion at work, stewardship says, I'm grateful for this opportunity and I'm going to work hard to excel in this new role. Apology says, I'm sorry I got the promotion instead of someone else who probably deserved it more. Which response honors the blessing. Which response positions the person for success. Which response demonstrates readiness for even greater responsibility. When someone experiences healing after a long illness, stewardship says, thank God for this restoration, and I'm going to use my renewed health to serve Him and love others well. Apology says, I feel bad that God healed me when others are still suffering. Which response glorifies God? Which response encourages others? Which response demonstrates proper understanding of grace? When someone receives an unexpected financial breakthrough, stewardship says, God has blessed me with this provision and I'm going to manage it wisely and generously. Apology says, I don't know why this happened to me when others are struggling financially. Which response acknowledges God's sovereignty? Which response demonstrates fiscal responsibility? Which response positions the person as a vessel for blessing others? You think humility means hiding what I have given you, but true humility means managing what I have entrusted to you with wisdom and gratitude. You think being humble means apologizing for your blessings, but real humility means understanding that your blessings came from me and are meant to serve a purpose greater than yourself. Humility is not self-deprecation. It's not putting yourself down or minimizing what I've done in your life. It's not apologizing for my decisions or explaining away my goodness. True humility is an accurate assessment of yourself. In relation to me, it acknowledges that everything good in your life comes from me, that you are a steward rather than an owner, and that your blessings carry both privilege and responsibility. There is a difference between gratitude and apology, and it's crucial that you understand this distinction. Gratitude says, thank you, God, for what you have given me. I receive it with reverence and commit to use it for your glory. Apology says, I'm sorry I have what others don't. I'm sorry my life is improving. I'm sorry I'm blessed. One honors me. The other insults me. One acknowledges my sovereignty. The other questions my fairness. One receives my gift with grace. The other rejects my gift with guilt. One positions you for more blessing. The other blocks the flow of my goodness in your life. One encourages others. The other confuses them about my character. When you express gratitude for your blessings, you're doing several important things. You're acknowledging that good things come from me. You're demonstrating faith in my goodness. You're modeling the proper response to divine favor. You're encouraging others to expect God's goodness in their own lives. You're positioning yourself as a vessel that I can trust with more blessings. But when you apologize for your blessings, you're sending a different message entirely. You're suggesting that my choices are questionable. You're implying that my timing is poor. You're indicating that my wisdom is flawed. You're teaching others to feel guilty when I bless them. You're blocking your own capacity to receive more because you haven't properly stewarded what you already have. I have watched you apologize for getting the job while others were rejected. I have seen you feel guilty about your relationship working while others struggle with heartbreak. I have observed you hide your financial progress because others are still waiting for their breakthrough. I have watched you downplay your healing because others are still sick. I have seen you minimize your children's success because other parents are dealing with difficulties. I have observed you apologize for your peace in the midst of others' chaos, for your clarity in the midst of others' confusion, for your progress in the midst of others' stagnation. But what you don't understand is that your apologies don't help them and your guilt doesn't heal them. Your shame doesn't accelerate their breakthrough and your hiding doesn't speed up their blessing. In fact, your behavior might be doing the opposite of what you intend. When you apologize for your success, you're subtly communicating to others that success should come with guilt. When you feel bad about your blessings, you're teaching others that God's goodness should be accompanied by shame. When you hide your progress, you're robbing others of the hope that your testimony could provide. When you minimize what I've done in your life, you're diminishing others' faith in what I might do in theirs. Your job is not to apologize for what you have received. Your job is to be grateful for it and use it well. Your calling is not to feel guilty about your blessings. Your calling is to be faithful with them and let them fulfill their purpose in your life and through your life. But there's something deeper happening here that I need you to understand. When you apologize for my blessings, you're not just affecting yourself, you're affecting my reputation. You're making me look like a God who makes poor decisions, who shows favoritism unfairly, who blesses randomly without wisdom or purpose. But that's not who I am. I am a God who blesses strategically, not randomly. I am a God who gives gifts with purpose, not accidents. I am a God who elevates people as part of a plan, not as a mistake. And when you treat your blessings as accidents that require apology, you misrepresent my character to everyone who's watching. Do you not understand that when I bless one, it is a demonstration to many? When I open doors for you, I am showing others that I am still opening doors. When I elevate you, I am proving to those who are watching that elevation is still possible. When I heal you, I am declaring to those who need healing that I am still a God who heals. When I provide for you, I am reminding those in need that I am still a God who provides. Your blessing is not just about you. It is a sign, a wonder, a testimony to others that I am still moving, still working, still blessing. Your favor is not just for your benefit. It is a demonstration to others that I still show favor to those who trust in me. Your elevation is not just about your advancement. It is proof to others that I still lift up those who honor me. But when you apologize for what I have given you, when you hide what I have made visible, when you minimize what I have magnified, you rob others of the very hope your blessing was meant to provide. When you act ashamed of my favor, you make others doubt my goodness. When you apologize for my gifts, you make others question my generosity. When you treat your elevation as an embarrassment, you make others wonder if seeking my blessing is worth it. Think about the ripple effects of your shame. When others see you apologizing for God's goodness, what does that teach them about expecting God's goodness? When they observe you feeling guilty about your blessings, what does that show them about receiving God's blessings? When they watch you hide your progress, what does that demonstrate about trusting God for progress? You may think you're being humble, but you're actually being a stumbling block. You may think you're being sensitive, but you're actually being destructive to others' faith. You may think you're being kind, but you're actually being unfaithful to the purpose of your blessing. I need you to understand something that will change how you see your blessings forever. I don't bless you just to make your life comfortable. I bless you to make you a conduit of blessing to others. I don't give you favor just to make you happy. I give you favor to make you a demonstration of my faithfulness. I don't elevate you just to improve your status. I elevate you to prove to others that I am still lifting those who trust in me. Your blessing is a billboard of my goodness. Your favor is an advertisement of my faithfulness. Your elevation is a testimony of my power. And when you apologize for these things, when you try to hide them, when you act ashamed of them, you are essentially taking down the very signs I put up to encourage others. But let me address the deeper issue here. I know where your guilt really comes from, and it's not actually about other people's feelings. It's about your own understanding of what you deserve. You feel guilty about your blessings because somewhere deep down you know you don't deserve them. And you're right, you don't. But that's exactly the point. Grace, by definition, is unmerited favor. It means receiving what you didn't earn, what you couldn't work for, what you don't deserve according to human standards. If you deserved everything you received, it wouldn't be grace. It would be payment. If you earned every blessing in your life, it wouldn't be divine favor. It would be human achievement. The moment you start apologizing for grace, you must understand what grace is. Grace is not embarrassing, it's extraordinary. Grace is not something to be ashamed of. It's something to be amazed by. Grace is not an accident that requires explanation. It's a gift that requires appreciation. Think about this. When someone gives you a gift and you immediately apologize for receiving it, how does that make the giver feel? When someone honors you and your first response is to downplay the honor, what message does that send? When someone chooses you for something special and you spend your time explaining why you don't deserve it, how does that affect their decision to choose you again? I am that giver. I am the one who honored you. I am the one who chose you. And every time you apologize for what I have given, every time you feel guilty about my choices, every time you try to convince others that you don't deserve what you have received, you are rejecting my gift, dishonoring my choice, and questioning my judgment. But here's what I want you to understand about my character that might help you receive my blessings without guilt. I chose you, knowing exactly who you are. I blessed you, knowing your past, your mistakes, your failures, your weaknesses. I didn't bless you because you were perfect. I blessed you because I loved you. I didn't choose you because you had it all figured out. I chose you because I had plans for you. I didn't elevate you because you deserved it. I elevated you because I decided it. This is crucial for you to understand My decision to bless you was not based on your merit. It was based on my love. My choice to favor you was not based on your worthiness. It was based on my purpose. My plan to elevate you was not based on your perfection. It was based on my vision for what you could become through my blessing. When you apologize for my blessings, you're essentially telling me that my love was misplaced, that my purpose was flawed, that my vision was wrong. But my love is not misplaced. My purpose is not flawed. My vision is not wrong. I knew exactly what I was doing when I chose to bless you, and your feelings about whether you deserve it are irrelevant to my sovereign decision to give it. Grace is unmerited favor. It means you receive what you didn't earn, what you couldn't work for, what you don't deserve. And when grace shows up in your life, your response should not be apology. It should be gratitude. Your reaction should not be guilt. It should be worship. Your feeling should not be shame. It should be awe. But I know where the guilt comes from. It comes from a misunderstanding of how I work. You think my blessings are limited, that if I bless you, there is less blessing available for others. You think my favor is scarce, that if you receive it, others must go without. You think my gifts are finite, that what I give to you somehow depletes what I can give to someone else. But my resources are limitless. My blessings are endless. My favor is inexhaustible. Blessing you does not prevent me from blessing others. Choosing you does not mean I reject them. Elevating you does not mean I forget about those who are still waiting. I am big enough, powerful enough, loving enough to handle everyone's needs, everyone's dreams, everyone's destiny. The problem is not that I don't have enough to go around. The problem is that not everyone is ready to receive what they are asking for. Not everyone is positioned for the blessing they desire. Not everyone has prepared for the favor they are seeking. And rather than questioning why you have received what others are still waiting for, perhaps you should be grateful that I deemed you ready, positioned, and prepared. Your blessing is not a commentary on others' worth. It is a commentary on my timing. Your favor is not a statement about others' value. It is a statement about my plan. Your elevation is not an indication of others' failure. It is an indication of my purpose. And when you apologize for my timing, my plan, and my purpose, you are essentially telling me that you know better than I do. I know this is difficult. I know the pressure is real. I know that sometimes it feels easier to apologize and hide and to stand tall and own what I have given you. But I need you to understand that your comfort is not more important than my glory. Your popularity is not more valuable than my purpose. Your acceptance by others is not more significant than your obedience to me. I did not bless you so you could blend in. I bless you so you could stand out. I did not give you favor so you could be invisible. I gave you favor so you could be undeniable. I did not elevate you so you could shrink. I elevated you so you could rise. When you try to make your blessing smaller, you make my power look limited. When you attempt to hide your favor, you make my goodness appear insufficient. When you endeavor to minimize your elevation, you make my strength seem weak. But I am not limited, insufficient, or weak. And I need my blessings in your life to reflect who I really am. There is a way to walk in your blessings without arrogance. There is a way to receive favor without pride. There is a way to be elevated without becoming self-important. It's called grateful stewardship. It means you receive what I give you with humility, knowing it came from me. It means you manage what I entrust to you with wisdom, knowing it belongs to me. It means you use what I provide through you with love, knowing it's meant to bless others. Grateful stewardship does not apologize for the gift. It honors the giver. It does not feel guilty about the blessing. It feels responsible for it. It does not hide the favor. It multiplies it. It does not shrink from elevation. It uses the platform for good. I want you to learn to say, thank you for what God has given me. Instead of I'm sorry for what I have, I want you to declare, I'm grateful for God's favor in my life. Instead of I don't know why I'm blessed when others aren't. I want you to announce God has been good to me. Instead of I hope you don't think I think I'm special. You are special. Not because you're perfect, but because I chose you. You are favored, not because you earned it, but because I decided to give it. You are blessed. Not because you deserve it, but because I love you. And when you apologize for being chosen, favored, and blessed, you dishonor the heart that chose you, the hand that favored you, and the love that blessed you. Some of you reading this have been walking in shame about your success. You've been feeling guilty about your progress. You've been apologizing for your breakthroughs. But I'm here to tell you that your shame is misplaced. Your guilt is unnecessary, and your apologies are rejected. I don't want your sorry. I want your gratitude. I don't need your guilt. I need your faithfulness. I don't require your apologies. I require your stewardship. From this day forward, I want you to stop apologizing for what I gave you and start stewarding it with excellence. Stop feeling guilty about your blessings and start being grateful for them. Stop hiding your favor and start walking in it with confidence. Stop minimizing your elevation and start using your platform to lift others. But let me be very practical with you about how this looks in daily life. When someone comments on your success, instead of saying, I just got lucky or I don't know why this happened to me, try saying, God has been really good to me. When someone asks how you got where you are, instead of downplaying your journey, acknowledge both the grace and the work. I'm grateful for the opportunities God has given me, and I've tried to be faithful with them. When you're in a room full of people who are still waiting for their breakthrough, instead of hiding in your testimony, find ways to encourage them with it. Say things like, I know what it feels like to wait, and I want you to know that God's timing is perfect. What He did for me, He can do for you. This honors your blessing while offering hope to others. When you achieve something significant, instead of immediately focusing on why others deserve it more, take time to acknowledge God's hand in it. Thank Him privately before you say anything publicly. Let gratitude be your first response, not apology. Let worship be your initial reaction, not guilt. Your blessing is not your shame. It is your responsibility. Your favor is not your embarrassment. It is your assignment. Your elevation is not your burden. It is your opportunity. And the sooner you understand this, the sooner you can step into the fullness of what I have planned for your life. I want you to understand that your confident stewardship of my blessings actually creates more room for me to bless others. When you handle your favor with wisdom and gratitude, you demonstrate to others that I can be trusted with their dreams too. When you manage your elevation with humility and purpose, you show others that seeking my blessing is worthwhile. When you receive my gifts without apology, you model for others how to be blessed without being broken. But when you apologize for my goodness, you actually make others hesitant to seek me for their own breakthroughs. When you act ashamed of my favor, you make others wonder if receiving my blessing comes with unbearable guilt. When you hide your progress, you rob others of the hope they need to keep trusting me for their own progress. I blessed you on purpose. I favored you intentionally. I elevated you strategically, not so you could apologize for it, but so you could walk in it boldly, steward it wisely, and use it to bring glory to my name and blessing to others. There's something else I need you to understand. Your willingness to receive my blessings without apology is actually an act of faith. It demonstrates that you believe I am good, that you trust my judgment, that you have confidence in my character. But when you apologize for my gifts, you're actually expressing doubt about my goodness, suspicion about my judgment, and uncertainty about my character. I want you to be someone who receives my blessings with the confidence of a beloved child who knows their parent, gives good gifts. I want you to walk in your favor like someone who understands they are chosen, loved, and purposed. I want you to steward your elevation like someone who knows that what I give with intention and wisdom. So stop apologizing for what I gave you. Start appreciating it. Stop feeling guilty about your blessings. Start being grateful for them. Stop hiding your favor. Start walking in it with holy confidence. Because when you do, you honor me, encourage others, and position yourself to receive even more of what I have planned for your future. Your apology is rejected. Your gratitude is accepted. Your stewardship is required. Your confidence is welcomed. Your boldness is requested. Your humility is honored when it's focused on me rather than on making others comfortable with your blessings. Now walk in what I have given you without shame, without guilt, and without apology. Walk in it with the thanksgiving, with the faithfulness, and with the confidence that comes from knowing you are blessed, favored, and chosen by the God who makes no mistakes, who gives no accidental gifts, and who never regrets his decisions to bless those he loves. Remember this truth and let it transform how you see your blessings. I gave it to you because I wanted you to have it, not despite who you are, but because of who I am creating you to become. So stop apologizing for my decisions and start stewarding them with excellence. Your blessing is not your burden. It is your beginning. Your favor is not your accident. It is your assignment. Your elevation is not your mistake. It is your mandate. Receive what I give with joy. Steward what I entrust with wisdom. Use what I provide with love. And never ever apologize for being blessed by a God who delights in giving good gifts to his children.